So I actually store my crypto in two separate places. If you've been following me for a while, you probably already know that. One of those places is Caleb and Brown, and both platforms I use offer institutional grade custody, which is a huge deal to me. Now, the reason I started working with Caleb and Brown and I'm now officially partnered with them is honestly because their setup is just awesome. Let me break it down. Say I want to grab some XRP. All I have to do is shoot an email to my assigned broker. Pretty sure mine is Sam. Shout out to Sam if you're watching. I just type up something like, hey, buy $200 of XRP at this price, and that's literally it. Within minutes, I'll get an email back confirming they got the order. Then shortly after, another one letting me know the trade was executed. And they even include a PDF summary breaking down every single detail of the transaction. Seriously, one of the smoothest processes I've used. I keep a significant portion of my holdings with them. Here's something exciting there. Actually expanding. Caleb and Brown just got acquired. Can't remember the name. Maybe Styx? Some big crypto exchange. But even with the new ownership, they're continuing business as usual. And now they're launching a new office right here in the US, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's happening soon, and I really need to get someone from their team on the channel to talk about it. Anyway, here's what's cool about Caleb and Brown. You actually get assigned a dedicated broker to work with. Plus, your assets are held with institutional level security. To my knowledge, they were the first to offer this kind of setup, and honestly, I love it. I recently grabbed some XRP through them just a few days ago. Now, if you're someone who likes doing things manually, no worries. You can totally log in and place your own orders, just like you would on other platforms. I did that myself the other day, and the process was smooth. I also tested out withdrawing some funds into my US bank account, and it landed the very next day, no issues at all. If you want to check them out, head over to xrpwealth589.com. That's a domain I set up that redirects straight to my personal Caleb and Brown page. Like I've said before, I like keeping my crypto in two different places. Caleb and Brown is definitely one of the ones I trust. Again, that's xrpwealth589.com. It'll take you right to my page. And just like I did with Digital Perspectives, you can sign up directly there. And look, you can feel something shifting. There was some serious action in Congress yesterday. The kind of drama we've seen before, just like when the bill hit the Senate floor. The energy is rising, folks. I'll break that down with you in a minute, but I genuinely believe that all season is heating up this summer. You know how I can tell? It's when I start getting random calls from friends around town, people who never brought up crypto before suddenly asking me about it because they heard I was into this space. That's always been one of my biggest signs that something is about to pop off. Ethereum is only about 34% below its all-time high right now, but between the two, I'm betting XRP gets there first. That's where my money is. Ripple is making moves again this time, expanding its institutional custody services into the Middle East. They've teamed up with UAE-based tokenization platform, Contralith, to help drive Dubai's government-backed real estate digitization project. And yep, Ripple even tweeted about the partnership themselves. As part of this partnership, Ripple Custody is stepping in to provide scalable and secure storage for tokenized real estate deeds issued by the Dubai Land Department right on the XRP ledger. This opens the door to fractional ownership, increased transparency, and global accessibility to Dubai's real estate market. Tokenized real estate in Dubai, just let that sink in. We're talking about the ability to invest in Dubai property straight from the US. Buying a fractional piece of a building or development, that's massive. And check this out, James. Rules shared a stat that blew my mind. XRP's market cap is sitting at $174 billion, and that actually puts it ahead of some major global companies. We're talking Verizon, Boeing, Accenture, CATL, Qualcomm, Citigroup, Charles Schwab, Airbus, BlackRock, China Merchants Bank, even S&P Global. That's not just growth. That's next-level momentum. All right, my friends, this is big. Yesterday, Trump dropped a tweet saying, "Happy Crypto Week." He announced that the House is about to vote on a major bill aimed at making America the undisputed leader in digital assets. He called it the Genius Act, and according to him, it's going to catapult the U.S. light years ahead of China, Europe, and anyone else trying to catch up. Trump said, "Digital assets are the future, and we're way out in front." He's urging all Republicans to vote yes this afternoon to get the first step locked in. He framed it as a key part of making America great again, bigger, better, and leading the world in this new financial era. And it doesn't stop here. He says they'll keep working with both the Senate and House to push even more pro-crypto legislation forward. So Trump put that message out yesterday, and not long after, things got a little chaotic. When they tried to move forward with the procedural vote on the Genius Act, a group of House Republicans actually voted no. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene came out explaining why. She said the issue wasn't with the idea of the bill itself, but that it was missing a key piece from Trump's own executive order from January 23rd. That order specifically included a ban on central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, something both she and President Trump see as critically important. But the version of the bill that got passed along from the Senate left that out. To make things worse, Speaker Johnson didn't allow any amendments to reintroduce the CBDC ban into the House version of the bill. Marjorie made it clear, "I fully support the president and I will vote for the Genius Act once they include a ban on central bank digital currency." So yeah, we've got to get this right. There's no reason to rush something this important through. And to be clear, I still support the vote on the Genius Act, but the whole issue really centers around the CBDC ban, which is where things got a little confusing. Just before the vote, maybe even the day before, Tom Emmer made a statement that threw some people off. He said the House would also be voting on the Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act, which would specifically ban the Fed from ever issuing a central bank digital currency. Pointed out how, under the Biden administration, financial surveillance gained serious ground through CBDC exploration. Emmer made it crystal clear, CBDCs are already being used by authoritarian regimes like the Chinese Communist Party to monitor and control their citizens' financial activity. Called it what it is, a surveillance weapon that threatens American freedom, saying, "We can't let that happen." So naturally, that left a lot of folks wondering if there's already a vote coming up to ban CBDCs. Why wasn't that language included in the Genius Act? It's that disconnect that created all the confusion. And then, last night, things escalated even more. So yeah, we've got to get this right. There's no reason to rush something this important through. And to be clear, I still support the vote on the Genius Act, but the whole issue really centers around the CBDC ban, which is where things got a little confusing. Just before the vote, maybe even the day before, Tom Emmer made a statement that threw some people off. He said the House would also be voting on the Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act, which would specifically ban the Fed from ever issuing a central bank digital currency. Pointed out how, under the Biden administration, financial surveillance gained serious ground through CBDC exploration. Emmer made it crystal clear, CBDCs are already being used by authoritarian regimes like the Chinese Communist Party to monitor and control their citizens' financial activity. Called it what it is, a surveillance weapon that threatens American freedom, saying, "We can't let that happen." So naturally, that left a lot of folks wondering if there's already a vote coming up to ban CBDCs. Why wasn't that language included in the Genius Act? It's that disconnect that created all the confusion. And then, last night, things escalated even more. You can never underestimate politicians, folks. Now, here's a little more detail. What's really happening is that some people are digging into something called the Genius Act. It's already made it through the Senate and is now heading to the House. The president backs it, but there are folks raising red flags. Some fear this could be a sneaky way to bring in a central bank digital currency, or CBDC, through the back door using the Genius Act. Personally, concern, even though some of my Republican colleagues do. I think once they sit down with committee leaders, people like Fred Schill, or even our whip, Tom Emmer, they'll feel a lot better about it. We need clear, solid crypto legislation. Blockchain represents America's future. It allows us to trace money trails to cut down on corruption and, more importantly, gives people freedom to use their money without government interference. That's the direction we should be heading in. Passing this kind of law could cement the U.S. as a global leader in crypto and ensure countries like China don't dominate this space. I'll hear my colleagues out, but to be honest, I think their concerns are a bit overblown right now. And look, I'm with you. We don't want a CBDC that dictates how we use our own money. That's something we can all agree on. But this is real. Folks, it's happening. Another key procedural vote is scheduled for today at 12:20 p.m., according to the latest House agenda. Let me just say, if you don't already own some crypto, now might be a really good time to think about it. This vote is only procedural, but once that hurdle is cleared, things could move fast. It's all kicking off today. We'll dig deeper into everything over on xrp.com. If you want to support the channel, you can join us on Patreon. Or if you're on YouTube, just hit the join button below any of the videos. And hey, if you prefer using X, you can now subscribe. There too, just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. This is all for entertainment and educational purposes. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. Let's roll.